1 in field goals and kicking, and number 3 rush defense. They averaged about 17 points a ball game last year, which was 7th best in the SIAC. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Teddy Keaton of Stillman, number 3 in the West. Coach, good to see you. Seven-4 season, and until maybe the last ball game, you guys are fighting for a championship. You could be wearing that bigger ring, just for a break here and there. So I go back to the question I asked a few moments ago to Coach Ruffin. Have you had a chance to kind of think about last season and the good and the bad, and how do you feel about this year?
Well, we do just what most coaches do. We go back and we watch game all the way back from when we started. We try to figure out the things that we did good and the things we did bad. My overall evaluation of my team, we played what we call consistently inconsistent. We played good against, we'll play up the good teams, down the bad teams, and, we just didn't do things correct all the time. And we didn't finish the way our life was to finish. So we did that in the offseason. We spent a lot of time working on being consistent, doing things right, not just sometimes, but all the time, teaching them how to do it, when they're supposed to do it, and why it's important to do it that way. So we keep them focusing on that, those are the things that we're trying to do. And in our off-season, I think we did a good job there. We had a great off-season program, great spring, and we had a great coming in the summer.
I was very impressed watching you guys play Clark Atlanta in the rainstorm over here, of how the team played with a lot of passion. Even though you were making some mistakes, it seemed like, okay, we made a mistake, we'll try to learn from it, and let's go to the next play and try to do better again. Is that mental toughness that you got to take to the next stage this year to get better?
Exactly. We tell our players adversity is a part of life. Don't let minor setbacks defeat you. A lot of this game, it gets about X and O's, but the mental toughness of the kids is what we try to work and develop. It's good to know what they're doing, but we also have to teach them how to fight when it's the back against the wall. We had a very emotional loss against Miles, which was 9-7, and then come back and then play Clark Atlanta in the conditions that we were in. And, just to get that team to bounce back from that, it was a hard job to do. So we were able to get them to bounce back, and they came back and they responded, not as well as we would want them to, but we did what we had to do to get the win.
Your quarterback, Andre Purnell, last year threw for almost 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. So he will be one of the people I know that you'll look forward to watching play. Talk about him and a lot of other guys on the offensive side.
Purnell is a tremendous athlete, but he was young. He was a freshman. We spent a lot of time working. His rushing part of it was really good. The part we worked on was his focusing on passing. I think Fort Valley gave a blueprint of how to stop him, keep him caged in. They did that. And I guess he gave it to Miles, and Miles did a good job of not coming up the field rushing. I mean, it was the perfect, I give Coach Pittman the hats off. He figured out how to stop him. Now we figured to teach him how to understand how to read defenses, where he's supposed to go with the football, those different things there. Because if you had to talk about his athletic ability, he's probably one of the best athletes I've probably ever coached.
One thing that really impressed me last year was the number of great kickers that were in the SIAC. You having one of the best. Herta, a guy that had 11 to 14 field goals made and only missed 1 extra point, I think. Talk about your special teams.
Special teams was what I wanted it to be. I thought we played, like I said, consistently inconsistent. But I think that was due to the lack of depth. This year, how good my team will be predicated off of how fast our younger kids come in and be able to adapt, and how fast they come in and compete for spots and help us in that depth spot. We returned a lot of kids on our football team. Like everybody else, we probably lost. We got 6 seniors on this football team. We played 22 or 23 freshmen last year. A lot of kids got a lot of playing time, so we retained the football team. We lost no kids to do the academics. I'm very impressed with our academic rate. We retained over 95% of the team. One transferred to Valdosta as a tackle. We did a really good job in that area, and I think the college has done a really good job of helping us keep that in place so we can keep the retention there.
Preseason pick Jeremy Hall for 50 tackles. His defensive prowess again made you guys the #1 total defensive team in the conference, along with Hall, or some other gentlemen we'll look to see.
Well, I think you got Rico done. I tell people all the time, I don't like to individually point my team out. I like for them to be We got some average kids that give us above average effort, and we try to play together as a team. We talk about it, you heard Ruffin said, we play hard, play smart, play fast, play together. I don't want all the individual parts of it. I want them to understand how important their part is to contribute to the other part. And if he do his job to take care of what he's supposed to take care of, the whole picture will take care of. We try to create unselfish play. Because when you go to, Jeremy's just a good kid. He played within the scheme. He didn't go outside of the scheme, and he just so happened to make plays. That's what we want them to all do. Just don't try to outdo yourself to try to make plays with stats and numbers. I tell them stats are for losers.
Interesting non-conference schedule. Shaw, Wichita Baptist, and again, Concordia, Stillman. You open with Central State on the second. Talk about the dynamics of this non-conference schedule.
I take every game. We going 1-0 every week. I never focused in. I've never looked past nobody at Central State. That's the first person on the schedule. Sometimes coaches get caught looking ahead. I'm not looking ahead. I'm focusing on what we got to do to take care of business to beat Central State. So at this point in time, we have focused in on that. Wichita Baptist is a new school. I don't know much about them. We'll learn about them when we get finished with Central State.
You look at being consistent this year as one of the goals. Is there a team motto that you guys have plastered on the board you're so close to being maybe the champions?
Well, close don't count in hands, horseshoes, and hand grenades. So what we got on our wall is one mission, one vision. We're trying to keep everybody to stay on that one vision and that one mission. And we try to work every day to get better. Me and Coach Ruff are good friends. I like him. We preach a lot of the same things in that area. We want our kids to figure out if you're getting better today or you're getting worse today. We never stay the same. Either you're getting better or you're getting worse. So we want to hope that our kids are pushing to get better every day.
I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. You can do whatever you need to do. You got 30 seconds.
I got my offensive coordinator, Coach James Johnson. He's my offensive line coach here. And I got my defensive coach, Coach Dodge, he's the defensive coordinator. That's it.
Teddy Keaton, preseason pick number 3 in the West from the Tigers of Stillman College. Thank you, Coach.